All right, guys, little different topic here. We're going to go over one of the 5 top mistakes made in the gym when it's time to exercise that chest. So 1 is the grip. Now, if you've been going to the gym for a while and have a good sense of the movements, you may not even realize you're doing something a little off. You probably just got comfortable doing the movement your way, even though it may not be the right way. So how you grip the bar actually really matters. Using a thumbless grip, thumbs wrapped around the bar on the same side as the fingers. So it's kind of like, it's actually called a suicide grip. So that won't be a problem 9 times out of 10, but this is the one exercise or one body part where it can literally kill you if it slips. So what should you do? First, start practicing gripping the bar with your thumb wrapped around the bar. Secondly, always have a spotter. Check your ego at the door. Don't be embarrassed to ask somebody. Do full rep motion. We'll get into that soon. If you know someone who struggles with breaking a habit, it will only help by having someone aid you. And they could also be really good at telling you when you're going back to old ways. Now, I personally used to love the suicide grip, but it is dangerous in this condition. So wrap the thumb around, but don't put a lot of pressure on it. Let the bar rest on your palms. And when your bones come up like this is where you're going to be exerting a lot of the pressure. All of this is like fluff in this case. You don't want to rely on a lot of this. So keep the bar here, wrap the thumb around just in case it slips, and really picture the force driving through the bottom of your palms. Next up is the motion. It's usually thought that the tough part of resistance training is lifting the weights up and fighting that resistance. Well, you're not wrong. It's in the name. But the focus shouldn't be all in fighting gravity. Whether it's a push or pull movement, you need to have control over the movement, the entire motion, the entire length of the movement. Controlling the movement down and up is what's going to maximize your muscle activation. So what I like to do is after I unrack, I would hold it there for a second. I really picture my body almost like a coil being winded down. And when I get all the way down, don't do those half-ass reps and go all the way down. I don't want to hear any BS where you can do quarter reps. Go all the way down, pause for a second, and explode up. Now, when I say explode, it doesn't mean jerk the weight up. In a controlled manner, visualize your pectoral muscles, which is responsible for taking your humerus and bringing it across the body. That's the motion of your chest. And visualize your muscle, your chest, moving the weight. Now, if you do a quarter rep, I'm just going to ask you to go ahead and stop watching the video because I hate people who have such a big ego. They got to load up the bar, have everybody watch, make sure everyone's watching, and they do friggin' elbow bends. Don't be that guy. Follow through the whole motion. Be focused on the motion, and you will have phenomenal progress, a lot more than your elbow repper. All right, so your workout layout. As you probably understand by now, after a while of going to the gym, you generate some habits. One of those habits is to follow the same routine over and over again. You should treat your muscles like your mind. After continuously studying a subject, eventually you understand it, moreover, you remember it. Your muscles work in the same fashion. If you do the same routine over and over and over again, it's going to it knows what's coming, almost. It almost kind of thinks for themselves in a way, just pretend they do. So what you want to do is, after a couple of months, you kind of want to switch up your routine. What variables do you have to switch up? Well, you have exercises, you have the amount of reps you're doing, you have the amount of sets you're doing, and you have your tempo, which is how many seconds to go up, pause, and go back down, pause, and how much minutes you take between your sets. All those are variables for you to play with. So let's say you love your exercises. You don't want to change them. They're great. Okay. Well, you could still switch it up by doing more sets, more reps, heavier weight, lighter weight, faster reps, slower reps, more of a pause, no pause, or increased or decreased resting time. So just keep it, you don't got to change it every single week, but don't get into the habit where you look back in the past year and you're doing the same thing. 4, overtraining. So overtraining is something that a lot of people put a lot of importance on. But let me tell you what really happens. It's very hard for us to actually overtrain. We can overreach, and you have to learn how to overreach and then pull it back in a little bit so you can realize those gains or reap the rewards of your overreaching. So what I would recommend is don't work out your chest every day of the week, but ideally the best kind of program is DUP, which is a protocol applied to a program. It's not a program itself, so I kind of misspoke there. It's a daily undulating periodization, meaning that pretty much going back to my last topic, you're switching it up. So let's say you want to bench press 3 times a week, which is a great goal. Your first day, you might go to 80%. Maximum capacity, and you might do let's say 4 or 5 sets of like 10 reps. Beautiful. The next time you do it, don't do the same thing. Don't do it the day after either. Wait a couple of days, go back at it again, and now maybe let's test for your 1 rep max. So you're doing a couple of sets very lightweight, and you're going to slowly build up to a weight where you feel like you could do 2, but you're going to stop at 1. And then you can switch it up on another day where you're doing half heavy and half light. The main principle here is to give your body ample rest, and so that you don't end up in a permanent overreaching phase. Now, number 5, last but certainly not least, is not engaging the right muscle. There's tons of videos on proper form, so since I'm not doing it in front of you, I won't go over all the little tips, but I'll tell you what could happen. If the bar is too high on the way down, or if your elbows are too flared out, you're going to start recruiting a lot of that shoulder, and not in a good way. You can get shoulder impingement, you can have a lot of shoulder pain. So what I want you to do is when you unrack it, I want you to look at your elbows, and I want you to bring your elbows down to your sides. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see no chicken action. So you bring it down to your sides, you pause, and you picture. Now visually picture, it sounds stupid. Even while you're driving to the gym, start to visualize your sets. It goes a long way. And picture yourself driving that weight up. So if I have a bar, this is not changing, so let me try to keep it real. And you're going to stay like this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Keep it nice and easy. Keep those shoulder blades pinned back into the bench. So before you start, grab the bar, rotate your chest back. Your shoulder blades back. And that should be what's on the bench. Then you're going to do what I said with the elbows, and I'll help eliminate a lot of the shoulder activity. The closer you go, the more triceps are involved. So if you want to do a close grip bench press, that's great. You're still going to get some of the inner chest going, but it's going to be a lot of triceps. The more out you go, the more pure chest is involved. So going back to my last topic, you want to switch it up. 1 week, maybe do a wide grip. The wide grip is great for targeting just the chest, of minimizing tricep recruitment. You're not going to eliminate it because they are very synergistic and they work together. And if you want to do a tricep exercise, then you do a close grip bench press. Keep those elbows nice and close to the body. Don't do the chicken. Just remember, chicken, shoulder blades back, boom, you got it. Now, there's a lot. This is supposed to be a brief video on the 5 top things that I see people do wrong. There could be more. There could be a different, everybody's different. There's no cookie cutter approach to every workout and every exercise, but there's a lot of things we could all benefit from. And these top 5 things are something we could all benefit from. Any further questions, leave them below. I love talking about this, and I'll gladly continue the conversation with you. So like this video, subscribe to our channel, share it, get us more followers. We love it, we appreciate it, we enjoy it. And as always, thank you for watching.